Disclaimer: crypto investments are highly speculative and involve significant risk of loss. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Always do your own research and invest wisely.
It's time for EOS mainnet marketing. It's time for Plan B. One more Friday has come in the world of crypto, and just as expected, volatility has a way of separating the chaff from the wheat, and nowhere else in the world of crypto is this more apparent than EOS mainnet, aka the unkillable blockchain. In this video we will be going over a recent proposal I read called EOS Bees Plan Bee. Then I will give you my opinion on why I think this proposal has significant potential. Source link will be in the description below. Okay, now let's get started. To summarize and paraphrase, this proposal first begins with, the EOS community has been anticipating marketing for quite some time. It's time for Plan B. Jesse Jaff is a Genesis EOS community holder, an Eden member, and a 5-year digital marketer. The EOS community is small and underfunded, to begin with. As a result, we are unable to exert influence outside our core and EOS-specific material. EOS Bees is a proposal to fund the EOS community so that we can advertise outreach activity beyond our borders. Then work with EOS support to onboard new members of the EOS community. To reduce fraud and empower all bees, the Bee system employs a fractal organizational structure. Our marketing aim is to dispel myths, rectify misconceptions, and highlight EOS benefits in a friendly and non-aggressive manner. Our community's purpose is to create communication bridges between the EOS community's most popular languages. Funding allocation: for each 2-week funding period, the amount of bees in each hive will determine how much money is allocated. With at least one worker and the princess in recruiting, the bee will announce on camera that they agree to the bee code. Getting rid of bees. Rules for getting rid of bees: the queen has the power to expel any bee on her/his own. A princess has the power to eliminate a worker or scout on her/his own. With the princess's and 2 other workers' approval, a worker can remove another worker. A worker has the ability to remove their scouts on their own. If the queen recognizes the bee as a member of the EOS community during recruitment, he or she can choose to cover the bee's face. If the queen is unable to recognize the person, he or she must reveal their identity. This is to keep safe from Sybil attacks. Swarm capacity: based on Dan Larimer's interpretation of Dunbar's number in regard to small groups and more equal animals, a worker can have a maximum of 24 scouts. Similarly, a princess with more than 24 worker bees to oversee will become less successful. A second princess will be promoted if a princess onboards a 25th worker bee. Similarly, a queen with more than 24 princesses to supervise will become less successful. A second queen will be promoted if a queen onboards the 25th princess bee. When a new princess or queen is promoted, he or she will share managerial tasks and pay allocation with the incumbent princess or queen proportionally, according to seniority. EOS Bees will construct a DAO and start voting for a queen, Eden style, after they reach their fundraising goal in EOS. A bee must be an official member of the DAO by signing documents and submitting the relevant personal information in order to be considered for queen. Our motto: we are the bees, the heart, soul, mind on EOS, to inject the best nectar in your mindset. Just my opinion, but I think this is something that is certainly needed within the EOS mainnet community. To name but a few examples, how long have we dealt with the false accusation, time and time again, that EOS mainnet is centralized, because it uses a delegated proof of stake system? Yet, some of our most vehement accusers happen to invest in competitor projects that have almost identical structures. And how long have we been addressing the non-stop continuous FUD that the Block.1 ICO was a scam, and Block 1 is responsible for scamming millions of investors? Newsflash: this process was audited, and Block.1 was vindicated for any wrongdoing. But it does not matter. Our accuser still uses this vector of attack over and over again. And last but not least, how often have we collectively encountered the inaccurate accusation that our founder Dan Larimer abandoned the EOS mainnet community because he no longer believes in the project? Just because he stepped down from his CTO position in Block.1 to pursue open source projects more in line with his personal philosophy. Yet anyone that has been active in the EOS mainnet community knows that since Daniel Larimer has resigned from Block.1, he has been nothing but active within the EOS mainnet community, in fact even more so than when he was officially with Block.1. So how has he abandoned us? I hope you are getting my point here. these are just a sampling of the endless FUD that anyone that is actively sharing EOS mainnet content is likely coming into contact with on nearly a daily basis. I think it's far past time that EOS mainnet has a specialized and well-funded community that is focused on not only marketing EOS mainnet, but arguably more important, FUD fighting, and dispelling many of the illegitimate concerns that still persist about our community today. No matter how you cut it, marketing is one of the fundamental things any project needs to reach the greater masses, and there arguably is no form of marketing more effective than word of mouth, which means that a highly incentivized marketing community of well-informed individuals who exist specifically for the purpose of engaging and representing the EOS mainnet community in a positive light would be crucial, to my mind. We can no longer sit back and hope that time will ultimately dissipate much of the fog of ignorance that exists outside of our community. EOS mainnet has taken significant steps forward in addressing much of its lack of funding and incentivization of its community members, through means of the Eden on EOS community, as well as the new EOS Foundation. Now it's time to take a step forward in addressing the negative perception that exists about us. As the saying goes, you can't win a war fighting on a defensive footing. I think it's time for the EOS mainnet community to go on the offensive. To all EOS holders, it's time for Plan B.
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, if you would like to read, listen to, or watch more of this kind of content, please visit us at www.cryptoapologetics.com. See you next time. Take care.